On June 30th, 1860, the Oxford University Museum of Natural History hosted a historic debate, which came to be known as the Huxley-Wilberforce Debate. This confrontation between Thomas H. Huxley, a fervent advocate for Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, and Samuel Wilberforce, the Bishop of Oxford, and a staunch critic of Darwinism, epitomized the clash between science and religious orthodoxy. It was a debate that would significantly influence public and scholarly attitudes towards evolutionary theory. The debate took place just a year after the publication of Charles Darwin's seminal work On the Origin of Species, which proposed that species evolve over time through a process of natural selection. Darwin's ideas challenged the traditional biblical interpretations of creation, causing a stir in scientific and religious communities. Samuel Wilberforce questioned the adequacy of the evidence supporting Darwin's theory, arguing that the transitional forms between species, what would later be known as missing links, were absent in the fossil record. He contended that natural selection was incompatible with the order and perfect design exhibited by the natural world, which to him pointed directly to a creator. Wilberforce believed that accepting Darwin's theory undermined the moral and social order that was anchored in the biblical story of creation. Thomas Huxley defended Darwin's theory on scientific grounds, emphasizing the empirical evidence that supported evolutionary mechanisms like natural selection. He argued that the lack of transitional fossils did not invalidate the theory, pointing out that paleontology was still a young science with much to discover. Huxley believed that religious and scientific viewpoints did not necessarily need to conflict. Science's role was to investigate the natural world, and it should not be constrained by literal interpretations of religious texts. A core part of Huxley's stance was the advocacy for scientific inquiry and skepticism. He stressed the importance of questioning established beliefs and embracing new theories if they were backed by evidence, regardless of their philosophical or religious implications. Wilberforce, like many contemporaries, viewed Darwin's theory as a direct threat to the fundamental religious and moral assumptions of the time. His stance was rooted in a literal interpretation of the Bible and a commitment to maintaining the social order that it supported. Huxley, on the other hand, was driven by a commitment to scientific method and empirical evidence. He saw Darwin's theory not just as scientifically plausible, but as a beacon of progress in understanding biological diversity and the processes of natural history. The debate had a profound impact, popularizing the discussion of Darwin's theories in public and academic circles. It symbolized the growing rift between the conservative elements within the Church and the progressive scientific community. The event also solidified Huxley's nickname as Darwin's Bulldog for his fierce advocacy of Darwinian evolution. Today, the Huxley-Wilberforce debate is remembered not only for its content, but also as a metaphor for the tension between science and religion, a theme that continues to be relevant in contemporary debates over evolutionary biology and other scientific theories. The debate remains a pivotal moment in the history of science, marking the growing acceptance and spread of evolutionary theory in the face of traditional beliefs.